Here's the door where you come into our schoolroom. On the back of the door, I have a little Nerf basketball hoop. We use Logic of English for our language arts curriculum, and they have some really great physical games for boys that, you know, like make a basket, say a phonogram, and things like that. So I just keep that up, and we use that for some of the games that we do with that curriculum. Then over here, I just started this. It's called a 100 wall, obviously. What you do is you take different things. This is for my 5-year-old. Like, we counted beans and rice, and it just shows them kind of the difference between, you know, there's 100 pieces of rice and there's 100 beans, but it looks like there's not 100 pieces of rice. So things like that. He really enjoys it, and he's convinced that there's not 100 pieces of rice there, even though he counted it out. So that's been kind of a fun thing to start. We've been brainstorming ideas of what we can count next. Then there's the 1 to 100 chart for my 5-year-old as well. I have a 8-year-old, what do I have? I have an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So actually, it's my son's birthday today, so he's just turning 8. So most of the time they're 7, 5, and 3. It was throwing me off there. And then we have a weather chart. So it just has a little arrow that you flip around. I got it at a garage sale. It's kind of fun to do every once in a while. And then I do classical conversations for my main curriculum. If you don't know what that is, I can put a link below so you can read about that. But these are my timeline cards up at the top, and I just have them on a wire, and they're up there with little tiny clothespins, which I love those. They're super fun. You can play games with those little clothespins and all sorts of ideas. And then I have my whiteboard, quote unquote. It's actually just contact paper. You can see it kind of coming up over here. But I've had it up the whole year, and it's stayed really well, and it's just as easy to erase. I would say probably every, I don't know, once a month, I take my magic eraser to it and just kind of clean it up. Kind of just like a regular whiteboard, I guess. You have to do that every once in a while. It has been amazing. I actually got it on a deal site that I can't link it because they won't have it anymore. But I got it for like $9, I think. And what it is actually 2 pieces. It came on one long roll, and then I just split it. Oh, it's probably not going to come apart. But anyways, I just actually cut one end and then just doubled it up. So there's a strip at the top and a strip underneath. And that's been working really well because I didn't have it in the budget to get a actual whiteboard. So that I would totally suggest seeing if you can find the dry erase contact paper, I guess is what you would call it. And my 8-year-old is obsessed with the Titanic. That's actually his birthday party theme. Yeah, super hard to find stuff for that. I didn't actually. I'm just using colors, and he's getting a Titanic cake. So he's in the process of drawing a Titanic there, and they're kind of everywhere. And we do the Workbox System. I learned about it through Confessions of a Homeschooler. I really, really like her stuff. I can put that link below as well. And this is for my 3-year-old. I have 1, 2, 3 for each of my kids. And my 3-year-old is a girl, and the other 2 are boys. And I just have like Play-Doh mats. Mat Man, if you guys know what that is, kind of making the letters out of big pieces. It's called something else too, I can't remember. Just, you know, like alphabet cards. She loves Frozen. Little puzzles, magnets, things like that. Oh, this is part of the Confessions of a Homeschooler curriculum, her pre-K curriculum. And then I just have a shelf here that just houses a bunch of toys and stuff down here. There's some kindergarten workbooks, that kind of thing, puzzles, just stuff to keep my daughter entertained, really, when, you know, because I put stuff over here in her bins, and she does that while we're working on school a little bit, and then she just comes and plays with toys, or, you know, that's in a perfect day most of the time. Then she's bothering her brothers. But over here, I just have my pencil sharpener. It is a Boss Stitch, but I think that's how you say it. I don't love it. It actually stops. Once you put the pencil in, it actually stops when it's sharpened, and it doesn't sharpen very evenly on both sides. I mean, it gets it sharp, but the pencil kind of is way down at the bottom on one side. It makes it hard, so I don't love that one. I wouldn't recommend it. But then in here I have tin whistles. These are for our classical conversations, we do like a 6-week tin whistle section. And these are actually something I found online. You can make out of PVC pipe, and they house your tin whistle. So like when you throw them in your kids' backpack, if you just stick it down in here, you just pop the top off and then put your tin whistle in there and put the lid back on, and it really keeps them safe while your kids are throwing around their backpacks and whatnot. These are just pens we did for a activity. And then we're going to put a bird feeder outside our window. We have a daylight window in our basement here. And I have stickers. I use those mostly, I mean, if the kids want to put one on their work when they're done, they can. But I use those mostly for my son. He wanted to learn cursive this year, so he's just going through and learning like one letter at a time. So I'll put, just to make him work a little harder, I put a sticker on the one I think is best. So he likes that. And then I just got the Little House collection, so I have that down here still. And then just some readers that we have. And then I love to reuse things. And I mean, as a homeschooler, I think most of us do. And yeah, I just have I have a bucket full of our dry erase stuff. And these are great. I found these like on sale somewhere. I don't know when they started making them. I think they're actually this was from Christmas, but I think some of them are for birthday treats and things like that. But I have found so many uses. They're just like a paper cup, but they're just this size. I've used them for science projects, everything. So that's been really fun. Oh, here's another Titanic drawing. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys about these. I made these, I found this picture on Pinterest, and I made these last year for my kids. I just took them to, I don't know, some sort of copy store, Kinko's or somewhere, whatever it's called now. And I just had these made just with white paper inside, and then my kids were able to kind of record their summer. So this was my second grader, and then I made one for my 5-year-old, and he has like drawn and drawn and drawn on it. Oh yes, he's written stories, all this stuff. So he's had a really good time with that. I think I might do something again for this summer and maybe put the year on it or something. That was a really fun idea, and that actually is something that we carried through over the summer, and it was good writing skills and things like that. This is my second grader, and I just have it organized by his different subjects. We don't do these every day, each of the bottom ones, but I just wanted a different drawer for each one. And I'll actually go through and post a video of what's inside of like my second grader, and my 5-year-old's not actually doing kindergarten this year. He'll be doing it next year, but just kind of what we're doing. He and I labeled his the same way. And then I just have paint shirts in that box, and yeah, chalkboard, heater, because we're in the basement. It gets cold. Then I got these maps. I actually don't remember where. I think it was at a homeschool conference, just like in the bookseller area. So I got that one and the United States map over there. And those have been really fun because you can use dry erase on there. We do some of our classical conversations or CC memory work on these, especially on the United States one this year. And then, of course, another picture of a Titanic. And then we have a couple of posters up here that just pertain to what we were learning this year. So, and then here is my table. It's actually, I think it's called an architecture table or a drafting table, or anyways, it lifts up on one side, and so it kind of just angles and you can sit and draw at it. It was really tall, and we cut off the legs. It was a freebie we got, and it's worked really well for us up to this point. My second grader is pretty tall, and so I think this summer I may have to rethink. I mean, I love rethinking my schoolroom every summer anyways, but I think this summer I'm going to have to find something different. We're going to be around an IKEA, so I might see what they have to offer. But up until this point, this has been great because it's big enough for each of my 3 children to sit at and have like one sheet of paper in front of them. And also I'm finding as my son is in second grade, he has like workbooks and bigger stuff that he has in front of him, and it just is kind of crowded. So, but this was a great table for that, and maybe that'll give you an idea to repurpose something. I don't know. This is a little memory work thing I got from Half a Hundred Acre Wood. Somebody made it, and then she shared it. And it's been really, really cool. This is just Velcro, and when they're when we do our CC memory work, when he gets done, he can flip that up and then we can see what we've reviewed for the week. So that's been really helpful. We've enjoyed using that. There's our Matthew-C blocks and just crayons because we're using those with Matthew-C. And then I'm attempting to have my oldest become more independent, especially next year when I'll have a third grader and a first grade, or a third grader and a kindergartner. So I want him to be able to do some independent work, whereas I don't have to start him on every subject. So this is a work in progress, but I might do a video of that when I am a little more confident in what we're doing. Then up here is just, I have this kind of designated as our art wall. So they made these collages down here at an art class that we went to. I actually have a bunch of our postcards that we've gotten this year over here that I want to string up this summer in this space. And then this was like a President's Day project that we did, which turned out pretty cute. It was fun. And then I have my hanging globe, and it's just like a beach ball. I have my alphabet, and then I have this pocket chart. I actually got this at a garage sale for $5, and it's been wonderful. I bought the calendar pieces at Lakeshore Learning, and that's been really fun. My only complaint would be that it's definitely, like, they try to keep it as much as possible not being religious. So for Christmas, it's not Christmas trees, it's, you know, something else. And I don't know, I would just like it to be something different, more holiday, festive. I mean, this is, but the Christian holidays they kind of take out. So anyways, and then we practice up here our months in Spanish. My son's in a Spanish class that he's taking, and then those are just Spanish cards down there at the bottom. And then over here, when we were studying Teddy Roosevelt, we colored his picture. My son was having trouble with B and D at the beginning of the year, so I put that up. So that's been kind of helpful. And this was something I had as a child and got passed on to me. So that's fun. We've practiced our time with that. And then I just have a president's poster, and then like a little anger rules thing, mostly for me. But that's just something I found on Pinterest. And I thought, you know, that's always just good to kind of read and, you know, kind of put them in charge of their emotions, or help them out in that regard. I would say this is an addition we did kind of partway through the year, and it's just a little reading nook, and it's been really fun. Sometimes I do reading with my 5-year-old over here. Sometimes my daughter will come over here and play. I actually have like a little cookie sheet and some magnets that she can play with over here. Again, that's Confessions of a Homeschooler curriculum. And then just a little tub of books, easy readers, and some like body books and things like that, Lift the Flap, that kind of thing, so my daughter can look through those. And I just have random throw pillow and a random blanket down. It's been really fun to have that little nook. I think it's been a good addition. Then my trash can, and then my laminator, and I love it. I can't even tell you how much I love it. I probably use it way too much, but it's fun to laminate stuff. If you don't have one, they're, I think, about $30 at Walmart or Target. It's just a Scotch laminator, and it's world changer. Okay, then I have my desk, and this is something I bought off of Craigslist for, I think, $20, and I got the chair free somewhere, some office that was getting rid of stuff. So, you know, you can find stuff just about anywhere. It definitely needs a new coat of paint, but I'm not too worried about that. I have my printer and my computer, and yeah, I mean, it's kind of a mess, but I won't lie, this is neater than it usually is. And I just have, in my drawers, I keep all of my, a lot of extra supplies in here for me. And then I just keep different things down here. And then in this bottom drawer are the extra supplies that the kids can come and get if they need something, or a 3-hole punch, that kind of stuff. It goes all the way back. And then I'll just show you the rest of them while we're here. Extra supplies, thank you notes, that kind of stuff. And then this is something from CC Connected, if any of you are on that, and it's just a review game. You print it on cardstock and tape them together, and it's kind of fun. And then up here is where I generally keep my, it's not in here now, but this is where my foundations guide goes, and anything else that we kind of review on a daily basis. then I bought this cork board off of Amazon for $12, and then I just bought some material at Hobby Lobby and pinned it around and then hung it up. And it used to, all of these pages right here used to be on the wall, just taped up right there. So I really love the little, I don't know, it's just eye candy for me. And it's been kind of fun. So I have like a field trip list, and then I have like an after school routine of how like clean the room and refill the work boxes, that kind of stuff. I love lists, so it's just pretty basic stuff. And then over here is kind of what we do for opening, and it's kind of for my youngers and my olders, and I kind of just adapt it like for, let's see, writing their full name. Like I'll have my oldest one write his entire name, because honestly they don't do it very often, and so when the need arises, they're like, how do I spell my name? So, and then with my younger ones, they just are working, like my daughter's working on just an N, and my middle one's working on, he's got his first name down, he just is working on his last name, so that kind of stuff. So I just have it down. I don't know, I like to teach them different songs, and this is pulled from a lot of different people. Confessions of a Homeschooler, Half a Hundred Acre Wood, and I just kind of came up with my own, the ones that I like. So anyways, hope that gives you a good idea. And then it's just the American Sign Language alphabet, because we use that a lot in classical conversations. And then that's just a list. I kind of keep a running list of what we're going to do each month during the summer, because it can get so crazy busy, and I get to the end of the summer and I'm always so mad that we were so busy. And so I try and keep a tally of what is going on, and so that way it just frees it up too. So if we want to have friends over, it's not feeling like we're busy every single weekend of the month of the summer. Up here at the top, I just keep stuff like do-it-out markers in this bin, and little flags, and my Mod Podge and rubber cement stamps. This is cornmeal that they can practice letters or writing their name in. I just don't want my daughter to get into that stuff, so I keep it all up there. These are just like, this is my oldest son's note binder, this is my younger son's, and we just kind of keep, you know, some random stuff. Nebraska, where we live, doesn't actually require you to turn anything in, but I just keep it, you know, just in case. And then over here, these are my timeline cards for classical conversations. They're all these. There's a bunch of them. There's like 166. And then over here is just manuals, like teacher manuals, and then Confessions of a Homeschooler, her alphabet curriculum. And then down here, these are my CC binders, and then a VBS binder, and then just a bunch of books. Some of these have to do with classical conversations. Some of them, like, you know, The Well-Trained Mind, that's something I tend to reference, and then some of them are books that I want to read with the kids eventually, like this one. I don't know, just things like that, like kind of readers that I want to do with the kids, that kind of thing. There's like a manners book in there, things like that. And then down here, these are books that pertain to like body books and things like that that we've used throughout this year with Cycle 1 for our classical conversations. And I shouldn't say those are all of them, but those are some of them. So then they're just there, and they're quick and easy for me to grab. And this is just an empty container that I'm like, oh, I could use something in that. And then just more stamps and things like that. And this is also stuff to do with Cycle 3. And I actually don't have anything in this box right now. I need a better system. All my construction papers down here, I need a better system to organize that. So that's something for the summer to work on. I always keep my bag here that goes to classical conversations with me. I'm actually a tutor for that. So that is my bag that I just kind of keep and throw things in as the week progresses. So anyways, that's a tour of my homeschool room. If you have any questions, make sure and post them below. And I'm going to post the work boxes soon, what's in there. And I think that was all I was going to tell you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this tour, and come back and view some more of my videos. Bye-bye.